My friend, I trust that you are with me now. There was a bit of a glitch before, but there's no glitch now. I want to take this opportunity just to tell you something. I am feeling something that is happening, and I'm paying attention to a lot of different things. I'm listening to folks, I'm talking to folks, people who are not necessarily in the world that we speak to. They're not on cable news, and they're not the usual suspects. I'm not a glad hander. I'm not somebody who says, oh, everything's terrific, everything's great. There is something that is happening right now that the president did two things. One, his salvo, his direct frontal assault against Pfizer. I could not believe it. Finally, this is the biggest to actually to cross Big Pharma, to actually take them on. I am thrilled beyond anything anybody could imagine. That's number one. And number two, he even said today that Israel's lobby is not what it used to be. See, there's one thing about Trump you have to understand. You have to grasp this. With Trump, he says things that he just comes up with them at the last minute. He says things just all of a sudden. You haven't heard from him. You don't know what's going on. And then he just pops out of nowhere. Or he'll change his mind in mid-sentence, in mid-thought. He just changes his mind. Well, that's it. That's it for me. I'm done. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he. So I'm just telling you, he is about to lower the boom. Listen to what he's never said this about Big Pharma. Remember, there's Big Pharma. Play along with me. There's Big Pharma, Big Agra, Big Tech. Big Tech is number one. Big Tech is it. But defense, of course, and others. But for him to blatantly throw this out regarding what's happening, it's wow. I also want to say something to you, and I hope you saw my video before, my friends. I have said this very, very clearly, and I'll say it again to you. I love Rudy Giuliani. I love that man. I love what he did to save my city. What he did was incomprehensible. I wish nothing but success and happiness and salvation. But this story, have you followed this story? It doesn't make any sense. Nobody is parsing this. Nobody is saying, wait a minute. What the New Hampshire police said, they're not interested. I have the prosecutor in me more than I guess I realize. And whenever somebody tells me there's a story that doesn't make any sense, I will bring it to your attention. So please watch this video. Watch it. Watch the one about Rudy. It doesn't. Remember, Rudy didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. But this story doesn't. Whose flag who has? Have you followed this? Somebody flagging him down. He's going this way at 10 o'clock. Somebody's going this way. Who flags him down? I don't know. I was very, very thorough with this story. But immediately, nobody, and then all of a sudden, Trump announces you're going to get the Medal of Freedom. After what he basically abandoned. Look. I'm going to tell you something right now. And I'm going to talk to you like a friend, okay? I'm going to talk to you like a friend. I have been very, very concerned about Rudy for a long time. His drinking, I'm not worried about Trump's health. I'm worried about Rudy's health. His mental health, his sapience. I think he's kind of calmed down now. But friends that I know, people who were with him far more than it was not looking good in terms of the way he was acting. So the first thing I said was he driving? The very first piece that came out never mentioned who was driving. He said he was in a car. That sounds like somebody else was driving. I don't know. And then the New York Times in this incredible example of, I don't even know what you want to call it, basically this horrible, horrible sense of pathetic uh, attempt at journalism, I guess. It pretended to report on the automobile accident, but instead offered a few perfunctory, meaningless lines before launching into yet another slam piece on Rudy Giuliani. This isn't journalism, it's propaganda. To twist a man's injuries into a cheap political attack is disgraceful, and but it's also journalistic malpractice. So understand something. You've got to be able, remember what I told you. Remember what I've told you since for the longest time. Dear, dear, dear friends, I've said this to you repeatedly. You've got to be able to handle multiple frames, multiple plates in the air, plates that fly, plates that are aplenty. You've got to be able to handle everything. You've got to be able to handle Trump, what's going on with Bobby Kennedy, what's going on with Venezuela, with Israel, with Maduro, with Palantir, with Peter Thiel, with Ivanka's backing off. I hope to God, somebody finally told uh, uh, Jared Kushner to back off with his ridiculous comments about oceanfront property. I mean, it's horrid. So that's where we are, my friends. Quick, did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? What the hell am I saying? What am I talking about? Did anybody have a good Labor Day today? Did you labor not today? Did you labor not? Did everyone have fun? Did everyone have fun? Did you have fun amidst all of this nonsense? Because every day you can take off for yourself, every time you can do something, it's important, it's critical. Because ever since Labor Day was enacted in 18 whatever it is by Grover Cleveland. By the way, it wasn't to celebrate the labor. It was to shut down all of the rioting and the problems that the labor folks had involved themselves. Anybody have fun? Everybody have a good time? It's great. It was today was a bit we're being kind of sort of, I don't know what the word is. By the by, I want to tell you, you have been so terrific and so wonderful, and so I can't say this enough to you. How much the love I feel for you. I had asked you before. Mrs. L has been just what she does, and she has been doing regarding her work with Lynn's Warriors is just. I mean, there's nothing. There's no other way to describe what she's done. Seriously, I mean, seriously, she is incredible. And you have been, oops, there we go. You have been wonderful in terms of helping me out. And I have asked you a very simple question, which is the most important. I ask you a very, very simple question. Would you be so kind as to help me by subscribing to her? Because right now, anyway, I asked you and you came forward, and I'm going to give this one more time. You have no idea how much she was so happy. There it is. I said, I'm going to ask the nation, the family to do this because you let me just explain something. She puts a video up like anybody else. She wants to have it monetized. Monetized so you can make money doing good things. She never curses. She never says anything. Everything is in the news. Everything is okay. And they will say immediately we see that green little dollar sign, which means monetize, and then they'll change it. They'll do it. They'll just change it. I say, what is she? She said, what did I do? There's nothing in there. She talks about nothing. It's like somebody somewhere has got her number. So this is her. This is Lynn's Warriors. Please do me a favor and please please follow her. It means so much to me, and you have no idea how she likes this. They did it. I said, they always come. They always work. That's all I'm asking. And by the way, Greta Thunberg's haircut, what the hell is that all about? It's like Prince Valiant meets Rosie O'Donnell. By the way, Rosie O'Donnell, she says, Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones. This was 1994. Okay, listen to this while I've got you on. You want to get angry? I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to give you this right now. And this you can follow along. This will kill you. This is one thing Mrs. L talked about. She can't even, this is important news to give parents. And they say, oh, no, that's, other people are saying things about, well, whatever. Anyway, this is the Substack. I want you to follow this. You are not going to believe what I am saying, okay? Let me, you're not going to believe this. Listen to me carefully. There is this wonderful piece where you can, the New Jersey Education Association, by the way, this is Jersey, publishes the Rainbow Connection, which supplies teachers with sexual orientation and gender resources that uplift facility with affirmation. And GSA advocacy, what is GSA advocacy? That's interesting. GSA advocacy is GSA. Oh, Garden State advocacy, I guess. While avoiding anti-queer microaggressions. I don't know what this is. Listen to this. These groups and many others have advocated that the LGBTQIA curriculum and pleasure-based sex ed in New Jersey curriculum standards for all standards. The following list, I'm going to read you, and it's in. Just follow along. I just put it up there for you. List highlights some of the most concerning standards by grade. Pre-K to 2. Pre-K to second grade. They list, this is part of the curriculum, which you may be able to opt out of. They list medically accurate names for body parts, including the genitals. They discuss a range of ways that people express their gender and how gender role stereotypes may limit behavior. Pre-K to second grade. Third grade to fifth grade. I don't know if I can say this because of YouTube. Human sexual development and the role of hormones, and also master. You got it? You got it? Yanking the crank, shaking hands with Shorty, Finding Nemo, masturbate. This is third grade. Third grade. Actual intercourse, surrogacy, gender role stereotypes, sexual orientation. This is third to the fifth grade. Sixth to the eighth grade. You're not going to believe this one. Defining, this is part of the curriculum. This is, and it gives you vaginal, oral, and I can't even say it. Do me and by the way, I'm doing this just for you. We're not on Twitter, we're not on YouTube, we're not on Facebook. We're talking just you. Read this. You will not, and there's nothing special about New Jersey. This is what's going on. So when Mrs. L tries her best to let people know about this, YouTube says, oh, no. Oh, no. So please follow her. She is letting more people know. This particular Substack, and she gives everybody credit, it allows parents to learn how to opt out. To opt out. Another thing. If you have somebody, we have people, we have friends all the time. If you have a brand new baby coming and you try finding vaccine-friendly doctors who aren't going to blast them all at once. I am saying that I will never, ever, immediately or summarily just say no to vaccines. Never. Certain ones, Yes. But the notion of the vaccine, a friend of mine who is a physician, one of us, okay, says she is seeing whooping cough through the roof, especially from people coming from out of the country who come in without vaccines in their life. So these things are not in and of themselves bad. Whether the MMR and others are, I'll let other people decide this. But I am not one of these people who says, no, I don't believe in this. Yes, I believe in the notion. I believe in epidemiology. I believe that vaccines can work. Not all of them. And not just, I believe in a hypodermic needle, but I don't believe in putting anything you want in it and hitting me with it. No, I understand the efficacy of the delivery system, but what's in it is a different story. So, what I'm telling you is you see the plate spinning? This is going on. Children, Europe. I was spending time on my uh, X account. Follow it at Lionel Media. Unbelievable. There's a woman. Her name is Ava Vlardingerbreck. She is wonderful. She is part of the generation remigration. It is incredible the information. I told you about this. What's going on today? It is unreal. Unreal what we are seeing. Seriously, 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 seriously. I can't keep up with this. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. I can't keep up. I had to jump on before. I was gonna say, I thought maybe Friday. It's Friday night. Or not Friday. I think it's Friday. It's so weird. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm thinking this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my best. Uh no, I've got to let you know this. Listen to what I'm saying, and I'm going to say this again, my friend. This is just us. Not on Twitter. We're not on Facebook. It's just us talking. Nobody else. Our work is cut out for us. It's not going to be perfect. There's so many plates, so many bowls, so many things spinning, so many issues coming at us at levels. And what I'm seeing in terms of what's going on in fact, tonight, overnights, I'm going to blast these people with what's going on with a little bit about Rudy because the story doesn't make sense to me. The story doesn't make sense. Let me stop. Let me stop for a second. Listen to what I'm saying. When somebody tells you something, even that's good, if somebody tells you something that even is beneficial, somebody tells you something that might make you feel better, something that may make you feel great, question it especially. Don't ever feel bad. September the 11th is coming up. September the 11th is coming up. September the 11th. This would be the 24th anniversary. And there is stuff coming out left and right. Beware. Another thing, another bowl. Beware of the limited hangout. Beware of how Tucker, they're going back. Tucker thought all of it was bullshit. He didn't believe any of this. And now, all of a sudden, now, Tucker is not the government. Tucker doesn't work for me. Tucker is a fine man. He does a lot of good. He's going after MMRs, but remember, not MMR, SSRIs. I don't want you to fall prey to the limited hangout. Is there anyone here who needs me to explain this one time? Yes or no? I want to teach you this. You have to be conversant. Is there anyone who would like me to explain limited hangout one time to you and why it's being done and why it's important for you to understand it and how we're seeing it on a regular basis? Is there anyone? Drummer says no. Okay, good. Motiva. Drummer says no. Well, drummer, cover your ears, my friend. Yummy said, no, you do not want me to tell you. Lauren says, yes, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. This is critical. Critical, 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 critical. If I am somebody who is trying to hide from you the real backstory as to 9/11, the real backstory. By the way, thank you very much. I need 300 likes, my friend. I need the likes. We need your support. We need your likes. We need your subscriptions. We got to make sure you're subscribed. Make sure, please. I'm telling you, we are in a fight. We've got to get the word out. And don't forget Lynn's Warriors. Thank you for that. Yeah, that means so much to me. The Substack piece I gave you, she's got to get it out. She does it in her. She's talking to her people right now as we speak in Washington. All right, let me not get ahead of myself. I get very excited. Sometimes I want to tell you 10 things at one time and I can't do it. Okay. Okay. Whereas most people my age are slowing down, I'm speeding up to the point where I feel like I'm on Ritalin, and I'm not, but I feel like it. Okay. If there's a story about 9/11 involving Israel, the military-industrial complex, a lot of things that I don't want you to know, New World Order types, globalists, people who are trying to spread, because remember, the bad guys are not necessarily identified as bad guys. You see what I'm saying? They're not necessarily as bad guys. Do you hear what I'm saying? Sometimes you've got to find out who they are. But let me give you an example. Let's say that Israel is a connection that they want me to turn you off of. To make it seem like I'm telling you the truth, but what I'm doing is I'm actually protecting Israel. Let's just assume. I know that sounds crazy, right? Okay. Let's assume further that I come out and I'm Tucker. I'm not saying he's doing it, but let's just, because sometimes he does this. And I come out and I say 9/11 was the failure of entrenched bureaucracies in the Pentagon that failed to take heed because of interdepartmental problems. Because we had a Muslim base that was sympathetic to the cause of bin Laden and looked the other way when they should have known what was happening, and they were the ones responsible for this, and they were the ones. Okay, you got it? And I say to you, and that's it. That's not even close to it. That's a limited hangout. I gave a hangout is like the information that I expose, and it's limited. It's focused. I didn't mention anything about Israel. I didn't mention anything about anybody else. I didn't mention that was it. Yeah, that's it. And you'll say, okay, and then you'll move on. If I explain to you the idea of the culture of big pharma and how we're talking about the lobotomization of a group of people, I need your likes, my friend. Come on, just like this. I need 380 likes. It's simple, please. Anyway, I'm going to give you a story that's limited. You understand what I'm saying? It's limited. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you everything you need to know. So you'll go away saying, that's the story. If I tell you about JFK and I'm saying, go out there and I'm saying, it's all about the mafia. It was Carlos Marcello. It was Carlos Marcello. It was Santo Trafficante. It was a mob hit. Robert Blakey was right. Limited. Blakey, they sent him into, oh my God. You see what I'm saying? I make you stop your inquiry and you feel like you have learned everything. You feel like you know everything when in fact I've told you nothing. That's a limited hangout. And that's what Tucker does. He gives you a little snippet and then never talks about it again because he's moving on to the next topic. You don't sit there and just, you've got to be a Richard Gage. You've got to devote your life. You just can't jump into one little subject and then move on. He's big with demons and all that stuff. Look, I'm not into demons. I'm not into the Bible. I'm not into any of that. I need actual tangible proof where I can explain things. I don't want to talk about the Bible. With all due respect to the Bible is great. A wonderful Bible. That's not what I want. So it is important, my friends, for you to understand what's going on. And as I told you right away, there's something Trump is, they're trying to tell him he's sick. They're gaslighting him. This is the gaslight. How you feeling? You okay? You okay? They're gaslighting him. They're making you think he's sick. Look at him. He doesn't look right. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Look what they're doing. They're trying everything. And Trump is saying, all right, I'll show you. Something big is happening. He is letting too many things happen at one time. You notice how Ivanka, she's and Jared Kushner, that rat bastard, who said he's going to make Gaza into oceanfront property. Can you believe this? Things are changing. And he gives Rudy the Presidential Medal of Freedom after he's involved in that accident. The story about Rudy is bullshit. Listen to what I'm saying. It's bullshit. I don't know. I'm not saying Rudy did anything wrong, but what they're telling you, it's more something. I don't know who's saying what, but no. I'm not saying he's at fault. I said, God, please don't let him be a drunk driver. Please don't let him be driving. Please. Notice how there was front end damage. If he was rear ended, why was there front end damage? And I go through it. Please watch my video. Watch this one. I'm telling you, it's important and critical that you watch this. I spend a lot of time going through these things for you. I go through a lot of time explaining it. Okay? So any event. So make sure you do it. All right? Good. So listen. Go back to your Labor Day. Thanks for taking time out for this. I just wanted to jump on the horn and talk to just you. Thank you again for following Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Thank you. That's the thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. She was beaming today. As I said, the nation will not let you down. Our family won't let Uncle Lenny down when I need you. And you've always been there for me. And I hope I've been there for you throughout the whole time. Throughout this whole stuff. I'm always here. I'm always here. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't forget tonight I'll be on probably 11:30 again. I like that 11:30 right before I go on, before I drive to the station. You're like the last part of the day. It's a tradition. I hope you like it because I like it as well. All right, my friends. You have a great and a glorious day. Thank you immensely for everything. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We will see you later this eve. And until then, my friends, remember simply this, and I mean this: the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da, da.